Alright, so a documentary about EDP445 was made by the YouTuber Mike Glum, titled The Sick Mind of EDP445, official documentary. And I made a video reacting to the first part of it. And by the way, thank you so much for the support on that first video. And now, in this video, I'm gonna continue to react to that documentary. So now, let's take a look at a clip from that documentary by Mike Glum. So let's check this out.
I was born in Los Angeles, California, in Compton Hospital. My childhood was pretty great. You know, I had two great, loving, caring parents, you know. So my first ever Eagles game was November 30th, 1997. What really made me fall in love with them was actually the logo on the helmet and how pissed off the actual logo looked. And from that point on, I was like, fuck it, that's the team that I'm going to follow. My favorite memory as a kid growing up was Monday nights, me and my sister would do our homework, and then at around 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock, we would get ready to watch Monday Night Raw as War, like fucking wrestling and shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, we had a great time growing up, you know. So my favorite memory growing up was probably just getting ready to watch wrestling. What I loved most about wrestling growing up was I loved the bad guys. My favorite wrestler growing up, I would probably have to say was like Triple H, you know what I mean? Because Triple H was a fucking piece of shit. Like, he did what the fuck he had to do to get to the top, and he didn't give a damn who he fucked over. He didn't give a damn how you felt about him. Like, take a hammer, bash your fucking brains out, cool, fuck it, take his title and leave.
What is this?
I always loved the bad guys, you know. After a while, the whole, you know, typical bullshit where it's like, you know, come out and save the day, you know, nobody gives a fuck about that shit, you know what I mean? Like, we want to see like some villains. I really connected with villains because they just did a lot of foul and fucked up shit. Without villains, you wouldn't have a storyline. For me, I just felt like, you know, the villain was more important than the fucking hero, basically, you know what I mean?
Alright, so the thing is that EDP445 said that he had like a normal childhood. So, like what? Like, we're not talking about some like crazy stuff that his parents did to him or something like that, right? Like, it seemed normal, like, according to what he's saying. And I'm kind of wondering, like, is he misleading us? Like, is he lying? Like, maybe something was going on, like, more than what he's telling us. Like, maybe his parents were a certain kind of way, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like, yeah, I mean, you know, maybe he really is telling the truth, right? So there's that. But then you very quickly notice what he said, which was that, like, he really liked Triple H when it comes to, you know, WWE. And he said that he really liked that Triple H was basically playing the role of a villain in the storyline. You know, WWE has these like storylines and everything, right? And certain wrestlers are supposed to play certain roles, and, you know, they're kind of just like playing a character, right? Or you could argue that maybe that is their real personality, but like they're playing it up for the camera and stuff. So the thing is that he really liked that Triple H was basically just like this, you know, villain pretty much within the storyline. And he said that he really liked the villains, and he thought that, you know, the heroes were like kind of boring and he didn't really care that much about them, and he thinks like the villains are actually super important and stuff like that. And so that right there is just really, really concerning, where, you know, the thing is that, of course, you could just say that as like a normal person, and, you know, that's fine, whatever. You know, if you're just like a normal person, but you just happen to say that in the context of just, you know, entertainment and stuff like that. But take a look at what EDP445 has turned into in real life. And so in that sense, yeah, this is super concerning, because it's like he doesn't just think of it as like some entertainment thing on TV. He thinks of it as something to be glorified. Now, real quick, I'd just like to say that I'm giving out shoutouts on this channel to people who subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment, "I subscribed." If you do that, then in the next video, I'll give you a shoutout. Now, as for this video's shoutout, I want to give out a shoutout to this person, Joshua Rosmelin. Thank you so much for subscribing, I really appreciate it. Now anyway, back to the video. And so now let's take a look at another clip from that documentary by Mike Klum. So let's check this out.
So in high school, I tried to talk to girls here and there, but it just wasn't fucking working. More specifically, I tried talking to Martha. She basically led me the fuck on. She let me hug her. She even held hands with me. Low-key, she was talking to somebody else. When she broke it off with me, I was so hurt. I went home. I ran up the stairs. I was crying in my fucking room, head in my fucking pillow. I was legitimately fucking hurt. Like I felt crushed inside, you know? With Martha, it basically showed me women ain't shit, and they will play you, they will fuck you over, and won't even fucking think twice about it. Finishing up high school, my mindset with women was, alright, cool, fuck them, who gives a shit?
Alright, so as you just saw right there, basically it seems like that whole thing that he had with that girl Martha, that whole situation that he was in, that seems to have really affected him negatively, because he said that, you know, he was involved with that girl Martha, and, you know, he basically said that she led him on and all that stuff, and then, you know, she broke it off with the guy, and that devastated him emotionally. And so the thing is that, yeah, I think that right there, that must have been like a really important like event in his life, because he himself said that like after that he started having all these like negative opinions about women and stuff, which is crazy, bro. Like over one woman, like that's actually insane. Like if you think about how many women are your age at any point in your life, like there's like hundreds of millions across the whole world, and it's like this dude had one negative experience with one woman, and like now he's just like that. That's pretty crazy, you know. And what you're actually supposed to do in a situation like that is to just be like, oh, you know, you just got pretty unlucky being involved with the person like that or whatever, and you know, you just cut your losses and you move on, and you know, you move on to someone who's hopefully not like that. And you know, maybe be a bit more careful, right? Try to pick up on some red flags, because you know, when someone's like that, you know, someone who leads people on or whatever, I feel like if you're experienced enough when it comes to social life, you could say, someone who's very skilled and very experienced, you can pick up the red flags. But like someone who's basically just a beginner, it seems like, I guess that's what he was in that situation, you know, someone who's a beginner, they might not be able to pick up on the red flags. So then you end up in situations like what happened to him. You get led on. So yeah, you know, I think that this was definitely something that played a pretty important role in what he turned into. And so now let's take a look at another clip from that documentary by Mike Klum. So let's check this out.
Then the YouTube channel happened. I remember sitting down one day and I wanted to make a porn-related YouTube name. And so I'm just sitting there. I literally just got off a fucking Pornhub, I swear to God. And I went on YouTube, I clicked on create an account, and it said, what do you want your username to be? And I'm like, I typed in, eat that pussy, right? And I was like, well, I gotta come up with some type of numbers, you know what I mean? At first I started, you know, eat that pussy 555. Doesn't fucking sound right. Sounds fucking stupid, you know what I mean? Eat that pussy 926. I'm just like, nah, it's fucking dumb. I got up, I went to go weigh myself. At that current time, I was 445 pounds. And I'm like, there it is. Eat that pussy 445. All of my anger leading back from middle school, high school, getting rejected by women, it just came the fuck out in that one goddamn video. I was fucking heated. Once I started uploading more and people started sharing my videos a lot more, the shit blew up. From that point on, my subscribers just started increasing and increasing and increasing, and before you knew it, I had close to 4 million subscribers.
You guys consider Jack Ross to be a sport? I don't know about you.
For the first time in my life, I felt a sense of accomplishment. You know what I mean? It was a great feeling. It was really amazing.
Alright, so that's basically the backstory of the name that EDP445 has picked for himself as his, you could say, internet name, you know? So, that's an interesting story, I guess. And once he picked that name and started that channel and everything and started uploading online, he ended up getting a lot of traction online. And, you know, the thing is that he really could have done something with himself when it comes to that channel and everything, right? Like, a lot of people would dream of having an online presence as big as EDP's online presence. And the thing is, like, he could have really done something with himself, and instead he just went down such a horrible path, and he basically just threw everything away, all that stuff that he had built up, and there's no way that he can ever have that kind of online presence ever again, because, well, every video is just gonna get swarmed by people saying that, oh yeah, by the way, we remember you did, buddy. So it's just absolutely insane when you take a look at this. It's crazy just seeing this kind of like crazy fumble of like being somebody who hadn't done something crazy, and he was building up this massive social media following, and, you know, later on in the documentary it actually shows that he actually made a lot of money from all that stuff too. And then, you know, he just threw it all away. He just ruined everything for himself. And, you know, that's the thing. Some people, you can give them money, but they're never gonna change as people. Like, the money isn't gonna help. The money is just gonna be that same person now with like a bank account with some pretty big numbers. That's it. The person's still the same, right? So yeah, guys, those were my thoughts on the situation, and now I'm interested in hearing what you have to say down in the comments below. So leave a comment letting me know what you think, and we can have a discussion down there. And with all that being said, guys, this is Alexi signing out.